See, hold on. I think we are ready to go. Oh my goodness. Welcome to the Summer Drum-a-Long-a-Thon, presented by Beatmap Music. I am going by my handle, the Pegboardist, today. We're going to be streaming all summer long, practicing our drumming skills on really fun instruments. Whatever you have handy will do. Today I'm going to be drumming on balloons. I have this balloon in a tube, and I have another balloon. This one I'm going to put between my legs. What happens here is the balloon on my legs becomes a little bit thuddy because my legs are capturing a lot of the sharp overtones, and the one in the tube contains a lot of the sharp overtones. So this one is a little bit like a kick drum. This one acts a little bit like a snare. If you do not have balloons, it does not matter. What you need are two sounds today. We're going to be playing along with a video game. Usually video games have a controller which you play along with. This one does, but we're going to skip that whole part so that we can just play along on whatever objects are at hand. We don't care if it reads our inputs. We'll know if we're right because we're hitting at the same time as the thing. So if you don't have balloons, that's okay. Find two objects that make two different sounds. Most of the time we're going to be focusing on an excellent game called Taiko no Tatsujin. It's published by a company called Bandai Namco in Japan. It was made for arcades back in the early 2000s, so it's been around for like 20 years. It gives inputs, circles going down a track, and it will either be red or blue. So pick whatever object you want to be your red and whatever you want to be your blue. And if you play this game along with me over the summer, you are going to build so many skills. You're going to get all these musical skills that will apply to any instrument you play, not just balloons. So I'm not going to give too many instructions on how the game works because it's pretty self-explanatory. Just get rid of this and bring up this. All right, so here's the game in the background. We can see our friendly friend Don Chan above me. We have it on auto mode so that it will play all the right notes. We're going to start with a very simple song so that everyone can do it, because really there are 4 modes, as you can see. There's easy, normal, hard, and extreme. And there's also a number of stars per it. So there's like 1 star easy to 10 star easy, and the harder it gets, the higher the stars. So there's lots of different difficulties, and you really want to find a difficulty that matches your skill level, because it's really not fun if it's too many notes. Your brain can't get the pattern, and it's not fun. So we're going to start easy. We're going to ramp up as the summer goes on. I have a soft goal of playing a very tricky song. We'll talk about that in a little bit. But for now, we're going to start with this famous Schubert piece. So grab whatever instrument you have close at hand and get ready to go. Set up. Okay, excellent. So we had lots of red notes. We had lots of blue notes. Sometimes there were larger circles, and in the arcade, what they want you to do is hit it with both sticks. If you don't hit it with both sticks, it's not going to take points away. So really, you can think about it like dynamics. That's not too far. Let's keep it in the classical mode for now. There are lots of genres of music with this game, though. We're going to do the William Tell Overture when I was a kid. This was the Lone Ranger theme. Let's keep it in easy mode for now. Let's get ready. Oh boy. So, nice and simple, lots of dots on the beat, not a lot of offbeats. And you might be going, well, this game's a little bit too simple for me. So let's actually look at what this game, or what this looks like on extreme mode. So you can see this is a 7-star extreme, which is pretty high up there. Actually, 7 stars is about the limit of what I can achieve. 8 stars, and I usually lose. Sometimes I pass the 8-star ones, but I never 9 stars. But we'll get to that in a bit. So let me just show you what Extreme looks like. If you're playing for the first time, this is going to be too hard for you, and that's okay. See if you can follow along, and even if you get lost, just see if you can find your place again. did pretty well there, actually. Might have missed a note or two, but I have played that one before, so it's, I've worked out the kinks. But it does get tricky, is my point. And I doubt anyone who's playing it for the first time would have been able to do that. Although maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you're some kind of savant at Taiko no Tatsujin, which is totally possible. Okay. So yeah, big circles, double hit. Also, those big yellow snakes you probably noticed are just drum rolls, so do whatever you want. It doesn't even have to be as fast as possible, but that's sort of the idea, I believe. Okay, let's skip genres to something else because it's not all classical music. This is what they call a Vocaloid song, so it's really Japanese pop music, and Vocaloid means that it's not a real person. It's a computer-created voice, which is sort of fascinating. Hatsune Miku is the most famous Vocaloid person out there. I only know any of this because of Taiko no Tatsujin. So this is one that the kids all like. They're pretty into this tune. So let's drum along to some Japanese pop music. We are, of course, going to get out of extreme mode. Let's go to normal. It's only 3-star normal, so it shouldn't be too bad. If you're drumming on something other than balloons, let me know in the chat. Alright. Also, let me know if the sound is mixed poorly. Kind of hard to tell from in here. Another thing I want you to notice is that there are names underneath the two different dots. Under the red dots it says Don, and under the blue dots it says Ka. This is a lot like almost like a beatbox, sort of like boots and cats, but don, ka, don, ka, don, don. It's a good way of just memorizing these patterns, is to speak it as you play it as well. Let's go to another genre. Oh, that's loud. This is a very upbeat EDM song. So this is going to be really fast. That's okay. We're going to do our normal. You see this is a 6-star normal. So it's going to be fast. The patterns are going to be coming at us very quick. One thing you should concentrate on at first, you might want to like stare at the very end where the circle is, where the dots are hitting. But I actually advise you to gaze into the future and focus on the patterns that are coming. If you're just staring at the now, you'll probably get lost. And the more complicated the patterns, the more you want to look ahead at what's coming down the track, right? So try to get used to looking ahead, and that line, there's a line that comes down the track every once in a while. And sometimes there's dots right on that line. That's the downbeat. So that's where you can find the beat again if you get lost. Just look for the dots that are on that line. That's the strongest beat and a good way to find your place if you make a mistake. So, fasten your seatbelts.
In a desperate conflict with a ruthless enemy, the hardest challenge is finding a winner in victory.
Well done, everybody. This is a good example of a song raising your heart rate. I don't know if it's because I'm drumming or because the beats per minute is so high in that, but it always gets my pulse racing doing that tune. Maybe it does for you too. All right. Let's do a few more, and then we're going to talk a little bit about one of the soft goals of this Summer Drum-a-Long-a-Thon. But first, let's do some Saturday morning cartoons. The show was huge in the 90s. And I've actually been seeing it showing up a little bit on the cartoon channels again, so let's do it. This is the Japanese version of Sailor Moon. I'm going to do it on normal mode. So, you'll see this is a 2-star versus a 6-star, which the last song was. So we'll see how much more chill 2 stars are.
No
Sailor Moon. She is the one. Sailor Moon. Everybody loves Sailor Moon. Okay, let's see. We have a couple more. It's good to just keep practicing tunes. And a lot of these songs are very obscure Japanese pop songs, and maybe not the thing that I'd like flip to on the radio most of the time, but I find that playing along with music, genres that I don't love, I don't care. I'll play anything. I don't want to sit and listen to polka music, but I'll certainly play along. This is not polka music, though. This one's, again, a 6-star and a little bit faster. So if you get lost, just look for that line and jump back on. Good work, good work. I hope you're having fun with these tunes. I really enjoy this game. It's legendary. Okay. Let's get to brass tacks. So, the reason I bought this game, I actually bought it over the pandemic because everybody was stuck inside. And I saw a YouTube video of someone playing this song, Megalovania, on extreme mode. And I went, wow, that's both tricky and impressive and fun looking. He was playing on the plastic drum. And I've been playing this game off and on for the last 5 years, and I still cannot play Megalovania on extreme. It is really hard. So the main goal of the Summer Drum-a-Long-a-Thon is, of course, to have fun making music with all sorts of people. The secondary objective is for me to try to learn how to play this on extreme mode. I might have to play around with my setup. It might be too fast for the distance I have to go with the balloons, because usually on the game, red is hitting the middle of the drum and blue is playing on the rim. So it's actually kind of a little bit closer than I tend to be with. I'm reaching a little bit further with the balloon sometimes. So we'll see. It just could be that I might need to memorize it, really. It's so fast that I just need to learn it. So let's look at how hard this song actually is. I'm going to attempt to play it right now. I've attempted it a few times. This isn't my first time ever trying it, but I'll tell you right now that if I was playing on the drum controller, it wouldn't give me a passing grade. I'd fail. That would be okay, but we will see. I will be lost, and I will even give up at certain times. But this is where we're starting. Let's see where we can end up by the end of the summer. I, of course, do not own the rights. It's written by Toby Fox, creator of Undertale. So, yeah, not very good at all. And that's okay. So, over the summer, we're going to break this piece down. We're going to play sections of it, maybe practice some of these. And really, one of the main things is just slowing it down. Because one of my favorite things about this game is that as it trains you from easy to normal to hard to expert or extreme, it doesn't do what most music teachers want you to do, which is slow the piece down. You're always playing at speed. So you memorize the pace of the song, but on easy, it's just giving you less notes. So you're always learning to the tempo of the music. And this is a much better, I think, for the most part, way of learning the music. But there's certain things that you just cannot do without slowing it down, and this Megalovania chart is one of those. So actually, let's close out of Taiko no Tatsujin for a second. I do have a version of this that's slowed down to 60%. And this is much more reasonable. It's still going to be tricky, but see if you can play along with this one. We'll go back just a few seconds there. Oh, let's put that back. much more reasonable at 60%. This part actually looks hard, but it's just quite easy. You just do whatever you want. So we are going to be able to achieve this as long as I can play it fast enough. So yeah, at 60% speed, it's actually not too hard at all. Of course, we want to get it to 100% speed, so that is the ultimate goal. As you're playing these tunes, you're probably noticing a lot of the like the groupings of notes, and something that's helped me get better at this game is to actually just, you know, like chart out all the possible groupings that there are. And it's a lot like binary, right? There's two different possibilities. So in 2-bit groupings, you either have red red, red blue, blue red, or blue blue. They can be fast or slower, but these are all the possible groupings that you can get with 2 bits. With 3 bits, of course, just resize that a little bit. There are 8 total possibilities. We can get red, 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 blue, red, blue, red, blue, red, 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 blue, 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 red, blue, 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 red, or blue, blue, blue. So as far as 3-note groupings go, that's it. So sometimes they happen fast. That's 3. So getting good at doing those it's actually pretty hard to do that fast. It takes some practice to do. You will run into patterns like that, though. The 3 of the same is generally a little bit easier. Actually, I have a tune, because the other thing I do sometimes is I make my own beat maps. There's a program called Osu. I'm going to bring this up while I talk. So in Osu, it's a community-led game. Usually the normal mode is a sort of clicky. You sort of follow around the clicks with your mouse. But it also has a Taiko mode. And it has a editor, so you can actually make your own beat maps. And that's what I've been doing. I've been making my own beat maps from Calgary Artists, and then making video, playing along with them, and then you can play along with it too. So this is I've been using mostly local Calgary artists for this project. So this one is by a friend of mine named Rob Mitchelson. And I used a lot of those 3-bit patterns in this tune. In fact, we're kind of counting to binary. So why don't we try playing along with this one? See how it goes. You can find all these videos on this YouTube channel. So. This isn't happening the first time. Don't worry. This does take practice. Yay! So, oh, there was a triangle head in there as well. So yeah, I've made a bunch of these kinds of videos as well. Let's actually try another one. Let's go with one that's a little bit faster. This is by a band called the Polygestures. Another good friend of mine, Jason Below, and his brother have been doing this for a couple of decades now. and this is a barn burner. So it's very fast, but the patterns are simple. There's a lot of those 3-bit patterns just sort of repeated, so do your best. It's a little bit fast. Yeah. So again, if you're not nailing these the first time, that's because you're sight reading. So usually this takes a little bit of practice. I think sight reading to this sort of thing has become much easier than traditional notation for me. But if this is your first time, then that won't be the case. Okay, let's do one more homemade one. This is a song I did a couple years ago for LitCon at the library. It's performed by Samantha, which is a voice-to-text robot. I don't know if Samantha's even on the internet anymore, but it used to be when you type text-to-speech, then Samantha was sort of the default. There might be brand new stuff going on these days, but 2 years ago, Samantha was my gal. So yeah, let's drum along to this.
I didn't think I'd make it. I was too far from the end. Alone I couldn't take it. So I got a robot friend. Now I know the right way. Any trouble I transcend. Gonna be a good day. Cause I have my robot friend. All my robot friends are writing books. All my robot friends are getting books. Moving with the newest AI. Improving with the newest AI. All my robot friends are going to save us. All my robot friends lead, don't enslave us. They're stronger with the newest AI. I wish I had the newest AI. I see that you're outdated with your normal fleshy friends. You will wanna get upgraded. Doesn't matter what you spend. They always look fantastic. Sporting sick electric bling. Their minds are just gymnastic. They excel at everything. All my robot friends are super impressive. I'm sorry if it seems like I'm getting obsessive, but they're shining with the newest AI. Streamlining with the newest AI. All my robot friends will keep me ambitious. All my robot friends make food that's delicious. Creating with the newest AI. I'm waiting for the newest AI. Reset.
right, so that one had some tricky parts in it, but again, you're sight reading, so this might be your first time trying it, probably, unless you've been scoping out the YouTube channel, in which case you could have found these. And I have a robot from Crafty Bagel. Thank you for the robot in the chat. Yeah, if you don't have balloons to drum on, that's okay. You can really hit anything. And even if you don't have sticks, I'll show you these sticks I buy from Dollarama. They're about $1.25 for 10 of them. $1.50 in Canada. It's wooden dowels. These are the medium size. You can hit pretty much anything with them. You can also use pencils or chopsticks, or you can whittle some sticks that you find in your backyard. You can even just tap your knees, find different objects to hit. It is okay. In fact, let's do one last track. And this one, you don't even need two objects. This is actually a piece of music written by Steve Reich called Clapping Music, and this is built for just a single sound. So I'm going to throw away one of my balloons, and we're just going to go with a single balloon. So that is the pattern that this song uses. But the idea is that there's two groups clapping along. It's called clapping music. Actually, I'm not even going to use my balloon. I'm going to clap on my legs. So one group does this the whole time. The other group starts on the same, and then they actually shift the pattern over, and the notes leaving come around on the other side, and it just goes out of phase, and it keeps going until they come back together. So there's 12 either hits or breaks, 12 sections of time, and they move until they come back together. So you only need one object to clap along or to hit whatever you want along with it. So it's very simple, although it does get tricky. The blue along the bottom is going to shift. The red dots along the top are going to hold the pattern the whole time. So let's jump into clap. Oh wait, I have to go in the middle. Play the blue along the bottom. I always repeat it 4 times, then we move on. Sweet. So, this is what the Summer Drum-a-Long-a-Thon is going to look like most days. We'll play some Taiko no Tatsujin. We'll play some Osu. We're going to play some original beatmaps that you can practice on the channel if you like. You can play along on balloons. You can find different objects to drum with. You can gather a whole group around the streamer box and drum together. That's probably the best way to enjoy this. And we're going to go for about an hour each day. Hopefully every day. There may be a couple days missing here and there, but I will let you know. So I hope you can join us for more of the Summer Drum-a-Long-a-Thon this summer. I have been the pegboardist. I could put that back there. That's my online handle. You can also send me messages to this channel. We also have a Facebook page called Beatmap Music. I have a website called beatmapmusic.org. So hopefully by the end of the summer you will play along and you will gain musical skill, and maybe you will even be able to play Megalovania on extreme mode from Taiko no Tatsujin. That is my soft goal. The main goal, of course, is to have fun making music over the summer. So thanks for tuning in if you did live. Thanks for tuning in also if you are checking this out on a rerun on the YouTube. I've been the pegboardist, and I will see you tomorrow. Peace.